South Africa has established its first artificial intelligence institute in collaboration with Tshwane University of Technology and the University of Johannesburg. TUT Deputy Vice-Chancellor Dr Vathiswa Papu-Zamxaka says she believes the artificial intelligence hub will help reduce youth unemployment. This, as the skill it provides will help turn them into job creators and shapers of the 21st century. The doctor now joins me to discuss this and to discuss the launch. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. This sounds very exciting in collaboration with the University of Johannesburg. Maybe just tell us some more about this collaboration and what we can expect.
Thank you so much for having me. Just briefly about the collaboration. This is a national initiative from the National Department of Communications and Digital Technologies under the Honorable Minister Mondli Gungubele. And currently there are two institutions, as you correctly stated, University of Johannesburg and Tshwane University of Technology, that are leading the hubs for the artificial intelligence, flowing in from the Artificial Intelligence Institute, which is led by the National Department of Communications and Digital Technologies. What we could expect out of this work, let me start by saying that the time has come and the time is now for us as a country to take our rightful position to lead in digital transformation. And particularly the work of AI, we are looking at the use of AI in various sectors, such as healthcare, agriculture, manufacturing, automotive industry, tourism, and even in the services that are given by our government through, for instance, the Department of Home Affairs, to mention that just one day. So why is this important and what to expect as you put your question? It is quite important, particularly because as a country, we cannot afford to remain consumers of these technologies, but we need to take our rightful position to lead the use of these particular technologies within the fourth industrial revolution, responding to the future of work. Looking at, if you may allow me to just take an example of use of AI in healthcare, answering the question of what to expect and why it is important. Today, as a country, we are having the burden of diseases. As a country, if you go to a hospital, a huge percentage of our patients, for instance, who are suffering from cancer, by the time they are diagnosed with cancer, they are already, many of them, in stage 4. And now the use of AI helps us to ensure that there is early detection of cancerous cells. There is early therapy that is being afforded to the patients. If you look in the field of agriculture, as a country, although we have the expertise, the farmers in our country are having the expertise, but the quality of produce could be improved immensely by use of AI in ensuring then that we exploit the technologies that are available within the AI space for us to compete at a global stage when we talk about the agricultural produce as a country. I can go on and on and on with examples of how AI is quite important and why it is needed and what to expect, therefore, out of these two hubs of the University of Johannesburg as well as the Tshwane University of Technology.
Yes, Doctor, I mean, it all sounds very exciting, and I think it's a real game changer, with many saying that South Africa is almost left behind when it comes to AI because of almost how long we have taken to do this. But I want to speak about the challenges, though, that we face as a country, and many very skeptical of AI. In my introduction, I spoke about how this could be a space of job creation, of creators. You mentioned the fact that it's not just about us being consumers of the technology, but also being creators of this space. But there's also a lot of criticism about AI taking away from those job creations and because of what we face in this country, not being possibly ready for AI. What are your views on that, and how will this collaboration with TUT and UJ consider those challenges and negatives, if I can call them that?
Thank you so much for that question. I'm glad that you are raising that because part of our duty as academic institutions is to bring awareness and to educate. But before I zoom into that question, I think if you may allow me to pick up on the issue of skills and the product of the graduates as far as job creation and as well as being able to be accepted in the job market space. For us as a university, this is really an obligation. Why is it an obligation? We are the largest University of Technology on the continent. We are having more than 60,000 students who are spread across 6 campuses in 7 faculties of our university. And therefore, we cannot afford to have the students that are not future ready. So we are determined and we are resolute in producing future-ready graduates. And part of us in responding to that call is to deploy technologies such as follow-up technologies, of which AI is one of. So, and why is that important? It is partly because whether we like it or not as a country, the whole future of work is shaping the way forward. And therefore, we need our students to be ready. We need our students to be able to create jobs, as you correctly stated earlier on. We are needing our students to be able to be taken by the marketplace, so that they are competitive enough and they are future ready. Now, coming to the question of there is skepticism around these technologies. Of course, there's nothing that comes without its own challenges. If I may put it that way, challenges in the form of people being skeptical, that's one, and challenges around the issues of ethics that we are all looking at as well as academic institutions to ensure then that there is no violation of ethics in that which we do. So in response to that question, yes, we are attending to the issues of ethics, but I must say very clearly that it is the use of the technology that defines or that determines the outcomes. So it's quite important that we be clear, what is it that we're using for? What are we expecting out of it? And does it do then that which we expect it to do? So there's always a question of responsibility. There's always a question of ethics. And also there is a question of responsible use. Let me put it that way. So that goes across anything that is available out there. So we need to take that responsibility. And we also need to ensure then that we are exploiting these technologies for the advancement of the country. And we cannot also afford to sit back and say, we are not going to partake, because whether we like it or not, we are not living in a vacuum as a country. We are living with other countries, and others will be ahead and will therefore end up being the consumers that I referred to earlier on.
Certainly. Thank you so much for your insights, and we really do wish you all the best with this collaboration. I'll definitely love to come and see how all of that unfolds. That is the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Vathiswa Papu-Zamxaka.